This is like everybody's go-to when they get underglow. They want to ride around, you know, on the Rainbow Road. What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to be installing some OneUpLighting Underglow, the underglow-x, because one advantage that the underglow-x has over the cheaper Govee is that if one section gets damaged, you can just simply replace that one section. So instead of having to remove the entire underglow and reinstall all of it, you could simply go to their website. You could order the section that you want to replace, and you just replace that one section. So that is the main benefit of doing a more expensive setup. So in the box you get zip ties, some screws, some of those little plastic brackets to help further secure the LED strips. You have the brain of the operation, the Wi-Fi box, which is how you connect to all the settings. You have two output leads, and then from there you have your underglow. Alright, so this setup is a little bit different from my Govee lighting, where normally it splits off and this goes like the front and then the sides, or to go the side and the rear and then the front and the side. What this one does, which is pretty nice, is that the front is split into two strips. So it'll meet in the middle, and then one goes to the passenger side, one goes to the driver's side. You have the side pieces, and then it will meet around in the rear again. So one thing that I've seen with these kits, which now makes sense, is that in the front, people will have these too far apart. And when they're too far apart, and if you have it moving like in continual motion, you see like a dark spot in the front of their car, because these are too far apart. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to overlap them probably about right there. That way it looks like one continuous piece instead of two strips. So I'm going to get a little bit of IPA, isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to start wipe down all the surfaces and let them dry so that this double-sided tape will stick. But as a backup, I also have these little metal brackets here that I will put about every 2 feet or so. That way, if the adhesive backing on the back does fail, the underglow just won't drag on the road. So I've used these the last 2 times. They work pretty good to secure the underglow. I wire mine straight to the fuse box. That way I can turn it on and off at my pleasure. I have a mini fuse tap. The bottom fuse powers the fuse as if you never took it out, and then the top fuse powers whatever wire that you're adding. And I can put a link in the description for these. Got them off Amazon. So then that just plugs into there, and then like I said, that completes the circuit, and then it also adds a fuse. And then I normally just ground right to this ground strap. How I get it up there is that it just goes right through the fender well. Right there we see my hand. But since this is a 2-piece design for the front, I ran the wires down behind the fog lights under the under tray, or the top side of the under tray, and then brought the wires out right there in the middle. That way we have the strip that goes to the driver's side, and then we have the strip that goes to the passenger side. So I have the wire ran up top. It is following the wire harness. It goes there. You can see I got it zip tied. Where's my light at? Got a zip tied there. Got a zip tied there, there. And then it goes under the car. And then I'm going to tuck the wire up and zip tied. And then I have it going along right the inside of my side skirt. So hopefully when I air out, you can still see the light. So I have the root beer wires ran. They come out the bottom, up, around, down, up, and then It comes out right there. Then it goes to the strip, which starts there. It goes around, and then it goes up by the muffler, and then just like the front, it overlaps a little bit so it doesn't have that gap. It's important to keep your wires away from moving parts, heat, things of that sort, because it's going to melt, it's going to mess up, and then it's not going to work. It's time to do the wiring. You can hook this up to a 12-volt switch, which means that it only gives power when you turn the car on, or you can wire it to a 12-volt constant. The benefit of the 12-volt constant is that you can have the light off, and then you can still control it and have the lights on. So if you want to park your car somewhere and leave it like in the parking lot and have an underglow on, you can do that. So that's why I wire mine to 12-volt constant. So before I go and I button up everything, I want to make sure that all the strips at least turn on. You have a black wire and a red wire. I'm going to strip this back, give me a couple of inches. I'm going to connect the red wire there, and I'm going to connect the black wire to my ground there. And this will vary from car to car. So let me get that hooked up and I'll be back. I am not an electrician, so if you burn your car down following my steps on how to wire this, that is 122% your fault. So I'm going to strip back this wire here. So I'm going to run a butt connector. So basically you just put one in there, tug test, see, make sure it doesn't fall off. Take the other side, which is what goes to the brain, give it the tug test. We should have good connection there. Then we're going to take it and just plug it back in. I'm just going to hit the ground, and as you see, we have lights. They are working. So we know our power is good. We know our ground is good. Like I said, this will vary from car to car, fuse box to fuse box. I'm going to take my fuse panel, get that back on. Let's see how this looks. And then we should be good to put her on the ground and see how it looks and see how bright it is when she's aired out. All right, so now let's download the app. On the back of the brain, there's a QR code. Put the camera up to it. It'll say open in whatever browser you use. And then it'll bring the app up. In this case, it is LED lamp. Hit get. All right, so LED lamp is downloaded. So we go to the app, allow while using app, use Bluetooth, and then it says LED lamp, LED DMX. Okay, LED DMX. So let's see here. So that was pretty easy, connecting the app. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah. So we got green, we got blue, white, yellow, pink, and then they got different modes. You know, you got different colors. I like teal, since you know I got the teal stripe and the teal calipers. So my default color will be teal, but they don't have it on here, so I have to set it. Let me see, modes, forward dreaming, backward dreaming. So you have a bunch of different presets that you can do, and you can have fun on your app playing with it. You have custom modes using custom colors if you want to do that. You have forward, reverse, and cycle, and then it also can do it to the beat of the music. Oh, it says please select a song. Okay, so I guess you actually can put music in the phone, or you can do microphone, and it will do it as I talk. All right, pretty cool. So once I get the car out of the garage, we will get some nighttime shots. All right, here we go. Like I said, it looks good. I wish I could get the rear lights down further without being able to see them, but it just kind of is what it is. But I got it on like the teal function, and I like how with the car aired out, it's still bright enough the way you can see it. We were like right side right now. I got it on the teal, the little teal accent. We'll run through a few of the functions so y'all can see it on the camera. Let's see here. So let's go to the modes and put it on the, you know, the classic that everybody loves, you know, the rainbow loop. This is like everybody's go-to when they get underglow. They want to ride around, you know, on the rainbow road. Let's see here. So this is number 1, which is the forward dreaming. So number 2, which is the backward dreaming, so it moves in the opposite direction. You know, forward 7 colors. And this is bright. Backward 7 colors. Forward, I guess red, green, blue. You know, then it just kind of goes with different colors. Like I said, but I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. So yeah, I mean, this is gonna be the end of the video here. You know, the way I installed it in general should apply to most cars. Wiring it up in the fuse box, you have to just find you a constant. You know, normally radio will be constant. Your horn, if your horn beeps while the car is off, that'll be a constant. Like I said, but if you wire it up wrong and your car sets on fire, you know, then it's on you. You know, don't try to go trying to say that somebody, you know, bombed your car, sabotaged your car, blew your car up, you know, because your wiring is shoddy. So that's all I have for today. Me personally, it's gonna stay on the teal most of the time because I love this teal, you know, turquoise, Tiffany blue. I love it, which is why I did my accents this color. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all learned something. So until next time, be safe, wire safe, think it, build it, enjoy it. Peace.